Yo. What is up, YouTube world? I hope we're all doing today. Today, I uploaded a vlog. I've been trying to upload it for a while. My encoder's been messing up, stuff like that with Final Cut Pro. I need to get a new computer. I think it's about time try to edit with Adobe and switch over to Adobe to edit on my PC once I get that fixed. But today we're looking at do all Native Americans think alike? Yes, it's 2023. This was uploaded 4 years ago. No, I don't care. I never watched it. I want to watch it, and if I did watch it, I completely forgot about it. I genuinely don't think I did. I mean, I don't know. Long story short, yeah, I don't look like the average Native American. I look Asian. I look white. Some people say I look Mexican when I cut my hair in a certain way. Yeah, but I'm nothing but Native American. Tlingit, Haida, Muckleshoot, Yakima, and part Canadian. There's a Canadian tribe I'm part of up there. So to all you woke natives who are dumb as shit that don't like me speaking like this, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm here. I'm Native. I'm Indigenous. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. First people bullshit. I don't care. And then all you people in the comments be like, oh, you're that type of native that's disrespectful to people. You need to learn from your elders. I teach and respect a lot of my elders. I teach them in the sense of modern day stuff. I help them a lot, and they help me by teaching the stories too. I talk to elders on a regular basis, so all you woke ass natives can suck my dick. Let us watch.
I've told people that I'm Native American. They're like, what is that? What does that mean? It means I'm like, I'm indigenous. I'm from here. Like, I'm here.
Of course, motherfucker.
15 minutes later.
You can't tell me we all don't know somebody on the res that looks like this man.
I am offended by Disney's Pocahontas.
Before they even finish saying that stuff, why the fuck would you be offended by it? My opinion. It's like they portrayed Native Americans majority of the time how they are. You know how many natives I know went for white people, dated white people? I dated a white person. And then like I can see the colors of the wind. Bro, Pocahontas is a classic. This one from 4 years ago though, by the way. So 2019. More people are looking at indigenous people then.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, y'all a bunch of bitch. Oh, wait. Oh, that's Instagram. Oh, yeah. See, no, y'all a bunch of bitches. You get offended. First of all, I'm just kidding. Just start going in.
The movie came out when I was a child, and it was the first like Native anything that I seen, right? I see the good in it, you know, I could see natives on the screen, but then you have songs like Savages, Savages.
We were.
You know, Barely Even Human. There's like bullshit like that that's in there. I liked it when I was a child, but as an adult, I don't, nah.
Yeah, I mean, like some of those songs are bangers, right? Like Colors of the Wind, like you can listen to that all day. I mean, maybe not that one. That one's definitely offensive. I would jump over there for that. It's tough because like it gave us a place to like have something to speak against or to say anything.
Yeah. I mean, these motherfuckers get, do small people get mad at Moana? Huh? Do Asians get mad at Mulan? No, a lot of these fuckers don't, but we become in such a world where now being offended by anything that's culturally, anything with our people, like the Kansas City Chiefs with their fucking logo, or no, what's it? You know what logo I'm talking about. Fucking Christ. Not Kansas Chiefs, what was it? Indians, basically.
Anything about. So like, do I need to be mad about it, that it actually gave us like some sort of on-screen, even though it's a cartoon? I don't know.
I think it's great that we can talk about it now, but the fact that it exists, I think it's a dangerous depiction of.
She said that anything is dangerous for the children or anything. They're dumb.
Especially of Native women, and a lot of our youth have.
What did I say? How the fuck is it dangerous? She's probably gonna explain it right here and probably contradict everything I say. But I'm saying it is not dangerous at all. You want to know what it shows? a lot of youth that are not native what natives are in the sense of like how we sing, how we do a lot of cultural stuff. I know there's points where like savages and shit like that. Yes, I know. Oh, hell, camera's down. Mayday! It shows a lot of people what natives like culturally in the sense of what we have and the dancing, singing, stuff like that. I watched Pocahontas in a while. I need to watch it again.
Have had to experience difficult things, racist things,
Real world. There's racism never gonna die.
because of that imagery.
It further engraves those stereotypes that somehow
Ah, you woke motherfucker. I can tell a woke ass motherfucker anywhere, especially a native woke motherfucker. Yeah, you woke as hell.
Native women all dressed like that sexy, like way back then. And like my opinion of Pocahontas has evolved over time. I would say 6-year-old me would say strongly disagree because I saw a Native woman and it was a happy romanticized, story of Pocahontas. But as I've grown up, I've done more research on her story and what's happened to her.
My community benefits
If any of these fuckers disagree, you have no reason to accept per caps or anything that the casinos do in a sense of like anything from the fucking tribe per se. At my tribe, Muckleshoot, our casino is fucking huge. We have a human resources, we have a goddamn youth facility, we have a gas station, we have a hotel that's got built on that goddamn casino. Everything revolves around the casino and the bingo hall, the gambling stuff. You want to know why? Legally obliged, we can do it. Not a lot of white people can, but in fact, there's a lot of white people go spend their goddamn money at our casino. So y'all can suck an egg if you disagree. Don't accept per caps. If any of these fuckers disagree, watch. I bet any of them someone gonna say someone disagree, and they're gonna give some bullshit reasoning, and I'm gonna say don't accept per caps. Then don't accept any of the per caps.
casinos. 3, 2, 1.
I called that.
It does not. There's no good advertising because they don't have the funding or enough funding to advertise it and market it really well.
Yeah,
So
depending on what casino,
every
yes,
time
you
I'm
do.
there to get my favorite chicken fingers and mashed potatoes, their own
And it provides jobs. I just remember that it provides jobs for work and stuff.
customer base is their own people. And so they're not really bringing in revenue from tourism or anything like that, or just people driving down I-90.
Yeah, I mean, the Chickasaw Nation, we're able to provide all sorts of services for our community because of profits from our casinos.
This man right here is speaking more truth than any of the other natives really want to hear. Typical native culture in the sense of even me, I don't agree with a lot of shit. I don't or disagree a lot of shit. I stand in the middle a lot of stuff. But there's certain moments where I just disagree and agree heavily. But natives nowadays are too afraid to put up their opinion about your own tribe, about your own place, about your own thing, about anything and everything. Yeah, state your opinion.
Just basic health care, we have that, school services, all these things, and it's very beneficial to my community.
My tribe is new to gaming, but as far as I know, Navajo Nation scholarships could increase because of all of the gaming and that revenue, but I haven't seen it. The Navajo Nation scholarships are not very much at all.
I think that that's a huge stereotype that a lot of people are always like, oh, well, you guys have casinos. Okay, yeah, my tribe has more than one casino, but you don't see me rolling in money and getting monthly cash payments. That's
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say to that too is when people even from our own tribe, always say, "Oh, that's my casino." No, that's your tribe's casino. That gives you money and helps you support you as a whole. The tribe has all that stuff. My tribe also has the food bank. It has the youth center. It has the fucking community center we just built. We have the car wash that we just built. We have so many things that come from casino revenue and bingo hall, gaming revenue as a whole.
it's just a stereotype.
There's also these, there's negative aspects of it, people coming on the res and thinking that it's, their place to party and, and do whatever they want. One of my friends on Facebook posted something about our casinos and how they're kind of contributing to the missing, murdered Indigenous women crisis. That's
How the fuck is that?
a lot of women come up missing at these locations.
And they're hot spots for human trafficking.
They are.
Just to put it in perspective for people that don't know what this issue is, in 2016, 5,712 women were reported missing. And that's only 2016. They deemed this epidemic a genocide, and that there are just thousands and thousands.
What? Wait. Yeah, I'm not. You think with that type of statement, they'd be at the top of like a search list of some type?
And that there are just thousands and thousands of women going missing and murdered. And so this is something that, you know, we need to find solutions for.
The general public is unaware of the trauma in our communities.
How much do we all know about each other's community? That's why I don't eat and react. How much do we actually know about each other's community as a whole in general? You know what I mean? There's a lot of like issues going on in the community of each place we live in, but none of us give a fuck. Natives have a typical way of thinking, like we're so focused on the res. Don't get me wrong, that's not wrong. I'm just saying we're so focused on the res, but yet we don't want to help Auburn, where I live in the general sense. Muckleshoot is in Auburn, so Auburn, there you go. But they don't want to help that. They don't help them. We're so focused on building all our stuff. Again, there's nothing wrong, but I'm saying like criticizing the other people for not knowing our community is just ridiculous in my opinion.
Because they don't even know our history, don't understand our trauma. And you know, my younger brother committed suicide when he was 17. My little brother was one of 8 Navajo boys that committed suicide that summer in my area. And you know, when I talk about that, they're like, "Oh my God, like what can we do?"
They don't even know that we exist at times. We're so invisible, you know? So like, we have to first show people that we're still fucking here, and then we have to educate them on all the fucking trauma that we've been through, all the, you know, and that's the whole reason that we have like the highest statistics for like suicide, for new cases of HIV and AIDS.
The U.S. suicide rate is up 33% since 1999, but for American Indian and Alaska Native women and men, the increase is even greater, 139% and 71% respectively. According to analysis from Centers for Disease Control, CDC, Native communities experience higher rates of suicide compared to all other racial and ethnic groups in the U.S., with suicide being the 8th leading cause of death for American Indians and Alaska Natives all across the ages. Native youth 10 to 24, suicide is the second leading cause of death.
AIDS, for, you know, diabetes, all these different, you know, things because of all these traumas that we've had to go through as people.
I don't know if anybody else has gotten this when you're asked, like, what are you? What are you? I was like, oh, I'm Native American. I'm waiting for all those questions to happen. Oh, do you do dream catchers? Do you wear moccasins? All these fun things. But the one that really pisses me off is, so y'all have drinking problems, right? And I was like, oh, dude. Like, I mean, it kills because you don't.
First of all, you're just being sensitive because look at the statistics. Okay. I'll bring up the statistics, editing William. Substance abuse among Native Americans. Recent findings from 2018 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, NSDUH, include 10% of Native Americans have a substance use disorder, 4% of Native Americans have an elect drug use disorder, 7.1% of Native Americans have an alcohol use disorder. Oh no, it's like the person asking the basic statistical facts, or just asking because they heard it, because it's more than likely.
Why we have drinking problems, or some have, unfortunately, have that to carry.
Well, the government made treaties with indigenous people and every single one of them has been broken. You know, that's why for a long time a lot of our communities have been like suffering because of what the government has put us through and relocated us to.
Government also gave you a place, and on top of that, the government also helped Native Americans a lot, but also destroyed us too. It comes with a lot of stuff with the U.S. now.
Different parts of Turtle Island away from our original homelands where we
Shut up with the Turtle Island thing.
were.
Personal experience, like when I tell someone I'm Chickasaw and then tell them I'm from Oklahoma, they're like, well, how'd your family get to Oklahoma? It's like, Trail of Tears, dog. That's like I understand why we don't talk about it, but it's not good that we don't. We got to find like a place to speak about it, but in a way that doesn't create like guilt for like just an individual, because like that person has not done anything to me. I'm not trying to make them feel guilty. I just think that you need to understand that there was this trauma and there are reasons why our communities are fractured because of this.
Blood quantum matters.
Hell yeah, it does. I'll just read this for you TikTokers out there that are ignorant. The blood quantum. The amount of Indian blood one possesses is determined by the number of generations of Native people you descend from. It is the process that the federal government uses to determine whether they consider someone a Native American. Association of American Indian Affairs. Yeah, before they say anything, yeah, it does matter. My own mental health counselor, I seen, I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that, HIPAA and all that shit. Long story short, I seen a poster saying indigenous enough. Blood quantum does matter to that point. I know we're the only people that do get ID'd and blood quantum tested in that sense, but it matters. I mean, the fact is we live in the world now where motherfuckers are just trying to get to become Native American for the benefits and everything like that. And then a lot of you fuckers in the comments, oh, you look white, this and that. I told you before, I'm nothing but Native American. You can go fuck yourself. All I can really say is generation before us, people before us, our parents, all of us descend from Native Americans. We are getting to that point now where that type of stuff does not entail as much blood quantum, but I'm still like, I don't know the full story of it in the sense of like, I want to dive deep, but from what I've read and heard, because I know you fuckers are going to pause it right before. See, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. From a person who read a little bit about it, I've talked to a lot of highly educated people, like my buddy Wayne, who has like a history in some type of like Native masters in like history of Native American history or something in that general sense. And my buddy Josh, I've talked to a lot of them about it. They're very highly intelligent people, because you got basic ass people out there that will claim they're 1/16 Cherokee and like 1/16 Blackfoot and Navajo, like some of the biggest fucking tribes in American history. I always say like majority of us will be that. Good amount of you will be that, because that was around and that was big as shit. So the fact is, you use that is dumb as shit. Because you're 1/16 and your grandma was a fucking princess. Suck my.
You know, during the 70s, during the American Indian movement, there was fighting between full bloods, half, you know, and that created this divide.
Also, it showed we're fucking savages that attack our own community.
Of, you know, who's more of the superior Native, who's more of the full blood. You know, if you can prove that you are Native, whether you're 1/16th, but you can prove it,
Bitch!
I'm totally for that. I feel like blood quantum creates a divide, and it's further.
It's like the border to Mexico. We don't want everybody coming in. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. But it's like the border's there, and you protect and make sure people don't take advantage of the system.
They're, you know, separating us from our culture and from who we are.
Another thing we have to look at too is for folks who are multiple tribes. You know, we live in an urban environment. I know people who are like 5 or 6 tribes. They're not eligible for enrollment in any one. They're full-blood Native. They're from all these different tribes, but they can't enroll in one because they're not enough of that one particular tribe. They still have all these connections to the community. They have all these ties. They do all these, but they're not enrolled. They're, you know, they don't have that connection on paper.
You know, we can't help that we're mixed blood because of our histories and what happened to us. You know, our ancestors were.
I'm not gonna lie. Whew. This lady seems really intelligent.
Raped. They were taken from their tribes. So we have a lot of Native people coming back today who want to be part of the community, and we should be accepting of that. And blood quantum shouldn't matter. You know, that's who they are.
Well, for myself, I'm full-blood Tohono O'odham, but I know that there are a lot of, there are people that can say that they are Native and they're not, and that can be very hurtful to people that need to get the same benefits. In college, I got a list of all the people that were Native in my college, and I went and I found everybody, and this one girl was like, oh yeah, I just said that so I could get in. Because the school didn't ask for any, you know, they're just like, oh, if you're Native, check this box. So for me, I say that, yeah, I somewhat agree that it does matter.
So I am going to use my long hair with the thumbnail. Yes, I had long hair before. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for continuing to watch. But I'm saying, the stereotypical thing about natives having long hair just irritates me. The only reason I bring it up is because a lot of people in college don't even know you're Native. Like, I've been to a few colleges. Like, people say I look Native. I'll freeze this right here. Tell me if you think I look Native in the comments and say you're funky looking. But being straight up, I hate that stereotypical. But for the college thing and like the school thing, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. From what she said, logically makes sense. I'll rewind it just to show you guys.
For any, they're just like, oh, if you're native, check this box.
American
So for
Indian.
me, I say that, yeah, that I somewhat agree that it does matter.
It affects the benefits, like I said.
I mean, I see the benefits too, because sometimes when you have to apply to something like scholarships or certain things, they do want accurate records.
Yeah, but like how much is enough blood? Because like I think if we're going to say that blood quantums are important, then how much is enough to be a native person? It's hard. Like,
Love the jail walls too. Oh yeah, to put it in perspective too, I already told you I'm full-blood Native American, but also I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm an addict. I've been clean for a month now. I'm getting better. That's why I'm more on my YouTube. That's why I'm back to where I am. A lot of people will judge me for that. I don't hide a lot of my records. I don't try to hide anything from anybody. I will tell you my whole history and it'll let you know. You know what I mean?
like when people want you to prove that you're native all the time. I am very mixed with like so many different races, but like the one I grew up knowing about and the one that I identified with was Chickasaw because that was the dominant one in my household and that was like what we did. But in a lot of communities, like people who are more native than I am or indigenous than I am will be like, well, you kind of can't speak to this because you don't know what it feels like.
Yeah, see that too is kind of fucked up. I know I agree with like that type of stuff should be not okay because there's this thing on somebody I can't remember who did it, but in my tribe we have a community page. Somebody put a true muckleshoot. The whole tribe went after her in the comments. True muckleshoot this, true muckleshoot that, and I was cracking up because I'm like, the fuck. Just because your ass doesn't like a lot of us other indigenous people here that are muck also doesn't mean we're not muck. The racism or correction, the prejudice that goes on between in between tribes and in the tribe itself is ridiculous. I never understood it. I understand like borders and boundaries and blood quantum stuff, but like being racial and being prejudiced to your own people is dumb as shit. They're enrolled part of your tribe. Just because you have a little bit more blood than them doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you have more blood. And for example, a lot of people know my podcast. A lot of people talk to me about like just stuff. I'm Tlingit, Haida, Muckleshoot, Yakima, Canadian. I don't know much about my Alaskan side. I've been learning a lot more. I don't know much about my Yakima side. I'm going to learn a lot more about it. But just to say, because they are not indigenous to your standards, which is dumb as shit, yeah, doesn't make it okay to be fucking prejudiced to your people, dog.
Like, and it's like, yeah, I do, because I grew up with that exact same thing as you, but I just don't look exactly like you. The trauma's still there. How do you justify that I am less because of, like, my blood is less?
If you feel ashamed of being native, get the fuck out the tribe and unenroll. It's not hard.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
Adopted, and so I feel like I'm somewhat agree because growing up, I didn't know my identity. I grew up in a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood, and I stood out because I'm dark skinned, dark hair, and people would be like, "What are you?" There was a disconnect. But as an adult, I don't feel that way at all. Like every day, I'm very proud, I'm very excited, and I'm happy to tell people that I'm Tonoatam.
I mean, I didn't feel ashamed until I was 9, growing up on the reservation in Lower Brule, South Dakota, and surrounded by my family and culture, and we were just so close, and that's what, our tribal communities bring to us. But then my dad got a job out in Maine, the most rural place you could go, and that's where I started experiencing racism and started seeing that I was different, and being called a prairie, having brass knuckles shoved in my face because a hate crime was happening because I
So you're not ashamed, you just shunned. Just because somebody calls you that doesn't mean you have to take it to heart. Fucking grow a backbone, grow a spine, stand up for yourself. I went to Olympic high school. That'd be a trip. Olympic middle school out here in Auburn. People that made fun of me too. Like there's moments throughout my whole entire life. There's been people that have been racist and prejudiced towards me. So yeah, I mean, oh no, victim mentality.
with a white student who was walking me to my dad's office. For a long time, I really hated who I was.
And to put it in perspective, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's what a prejudiced and racist person would say." I got white homies that are hella cool with me. I got other Native cousins and brothers and family members and friends I call brothers that are like I said, they're Native and we're all cool. I got some Mexican homies that are fucking dope as shit. I got some black homies that is also my closest brother. He's been in a lot of my video game stuff. He's Native and African American, but I say he's fucking black because I made black as shit. And I'm just saying, dude, like.
I was embarrassed to be a student who was walking me to my dad's office. For a long time, I really hated who I was. I was embarrassed to be brown. Now I fucking own it.
My experience is a little bit different. I grew up in North Jersey, New York, Canada, all around, and I still never ever felt like racially profiled. It wasn't until maybe high school when I moved back home. A lot of the Iroquois kids, the Mohawk kids, you know, they lived there their whole life. I had moved around so much. I think that's the only time I felt a little ashamed, is because I didn't have any roots. But other than that, I still felt welcomed. I felt part of this group, part of that group.
For me, getting more in touch with my culture, learning about where I come from, that's what really saved my life. So I feel like I've never been ashamed. It just makes me more proud. Being a queer indigenous person as well, that's, you know.
Two-Spirit, a person of the First Nations and Native American descent possessing both a male and female spirit. An umbrella term used to describe the fluidity of the First Nations Native American gender identity, sexuality, with respect and traditional tribal roles. Two-Spirit's bullshit!
It brought me out of a really dark place, learning about what my role is in the community as a Two-Spirit person. I was a meth addict for a very long time as a child, from the time I was 14 years old to the time I was 19. Looking back to my upbringing and my culture and all that, the things that gave me a sense of identity, that's what brought me out of those dark places.
I believe the government owes us.
You know what? This one I'll let the comments handle, y'all. I don't get a lot of people that comment on shit, a lot of people that even like my videos. I have a feeling this one will do pretty well, but yeah, I'm just hyper and out of control today. I worked out yesterday. I'm eating today a lot more. I slept really well. I got my school stuff done. I went to the dentist. I scheduled so much things, and I'm just happy today. And so to react to this to give you guys an energetic video. But I'm just saying, if you think the government owes us, I'm gonna let history and, like I said, comments decide, and I'll just react to certain pieces of this. Because, like, me personally, I don't believe so.
3, 2.
All the way to agree. Look, that one chick in the white. Agree. Why is homie, like, in the... This guy right here. This guy. Why is he the only one that makes logical sense? I feel this dude in the sense of, like, he doesn't just have that victim mentality a lot of us natives have, and have that perspective, you know what I mean? It is dumb as shit that we think the government owes us anything. Now, a lot of us tribes, yes, a lot of tribes need help. That's what comes with the community stuff. A lot of people do need help, but I'm saying the government, everything, it happened, right? Now we live in an era where we're on our reservations, we're cool, we're getting bigger. So many tribes are thriving right now. What does the government naturally owe us now from something that happened so long ago? Something that, you know, I think recently fishing rights got back to the muck, but I'm just saying, the government doesn't owe us shit. We owe it to ourselves to get up and work for it and kick ass and get back to it. I hate that victim mentality shit.
Yes, they do owe our people tons of things. Can't even imagine, like, the list I've got in my head. But
say one.
I think, too, we owe ourselves some stuff, too.
Say one.
Automation, decolonization.
That's not happening. If you want decolonization, that means America's going to go to war with us.
We need to love ourselves more.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't say strongly agree, because yeah, we're stepping up and we're more educated and stronger than ever. But you know, I do think that we deserve better health care. We deserve better educational systems. We deserve better textbooks in our schools.
I'm not expecting anything as far as like being owed, but what I would like, it doesn't cost any money, is an apology. It's an acknowledgement.
Who? To you, or like to Native Americans as a whole? Because if you want to apologize to all of us Native Americans, a lot of us don't want an apology. A lot of us understand if it wasn't for white people, where we would be and where we are at now are two different things and two different places that would happen with and without them. I hate that mentality. Apologize for what? And now we're like, oh yeah, for colonizing us to get rid of Native Americans off our land, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand that. Don't get me wrong. I know the comments are already flaming me for that. No, it's, again, a victim mentality. Apologize.
Acknowledgement. They've done that in other countries where they're like, oh, we're sorry, we came in and we massacred your indigenous population, and they apologize for it. And that much I think that we're owed.
What will it do for you now? What will that do? A lot of us tribes are thriving. That's all I'm gonna say. It will do nothing for us.
And I think that that would help bring a lot of healing amongst our people.
To speak, I mean, I can only speak for like myself as an individual. I can't speak for everybody or even a collective because I'm only one person. But like an apology doesn't like heal me anymore. I mean, like, it's cool, that would be good, but like it doesn't make me like do anything different than I'm doing now. I don't think that feeling
You see that look? I'm sorry. Hang on. They're giving that native like that native and
now. I don't think.
I'm sorry, but I'm saying, look at the way both these ladies are just mad. That not mad, but like the general, I don't know if they're mad. They look mad to me, I guess. This lady looks like she's in disgust. Like, fuck this white boy. The same thing we're talking about, prejudice shit. And this lady's like putting that chin up, that like better than you because I believe the government knows us everything.
I think that feeling owed gives us the same place of power that knowing that like no one owes me anything. I'm just gonna get it.
Well, me just keeping it real, maybe that comes from a little bit of this. You know, colorism is a real thing. It happens, and maybe you don't feel that because, you know, colorism is a real thing. Maybe that comes from a little bit of this.
Motherfuckers being prejudiced in the goddamn video, and he's talking about indigenous shit. Dude, he literally said this. He literally, look, I'm pale as shit, but I guarantee I'm well more educated than this fucker on a lot of shit that goes on in indigenous tribes and indigenous places. And then this fucker is using the skin as a cop-out because he thinks that makes a difference. If we live in this world right now and you think being this color and that color, yes, racism still exists and yes, there's places, but the fact is a native saying that to another native is a definition of what's wrong with a lot of tribes. This fucker is using that as an excuse and saying because you're a light skin, you get treated better. I hate that. Again, that victim mentality. He's using that as like, oh, I'm brown, so I get treated different from you. And like, oh yeah.
You know, colorism is a real thing. It happens, and maybe you don't feel that because of, you know, you have a different place in this society than somebody else with a darker skin tone.
Well, I mean, I'll address that. In high school, I stopped going outside because I would get too dark and I had long hair. And so I have felt that. So I know.
I'm sorry. This man is pissed. He is pissed because he is literally basically shutting him down and saying why he is like that. Me, the reason I'm pale, I'm from Alaska. No sun. But am I less indigenous as long-haired brown motherfucker? No. I'm brown DNA, if we want to get to that. My DNA is brown as this fucker. But fuck this guy for bringing the skin color in.
Know what you're saying, but like even during that time, even when I would like go to Walmart and get followed around, even when I would get pulled over 4 times a week for driving while brown, I still was in the same mindset of like, I'm going to get it regardless of what's in front of me. So I mean, maybe that's just me, a personality thing, but I like, as far as like skin color goes, like I felt it.
I think though, or I'm looking at it from the perspective, like they don't owe me shit, but if they can acknowledge and hold themselves accountable in what they have done and what previous presidents have done, previous governments, that creates a new...
I think that time Barack Obama was president, or was just getting out of office. What, the black man apologized to the natives?
new path for change, because when you admit to something and acknowledge that it's there, then that behavior changes. I think we need investment and accountability, and I'm not even coming at it from like a monetary standpoint, like, oh, give us millions of dollars and we'll call it even. We need people to care, and we need accountability.
I agree with that, man.
High five.
Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end.
All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Jubilee. I know this like says 4 years old, but I looked up like indigenous stuff to react to because I'm indigenous. I like to look at this stuff a lot more, and I like to listen to opinions I don't agree with and agree with. And I agree with a lot of what they said. A lot of them made sense. A lot of them did make sense to me. But it comes with the whole thing about not even debating, just comparing, understanding each other's pain, understanding each other's problems, helping each other out. I would never say debating certain things because certain things don't really need to be debated. Natives as a whole, yes, we're misunderstood, mistreated a lot, but also a lot of us natives have that victim mentality, like I keep saying, that we need to keep pushing that mentality. It's dumb. And this coming from a dude who looks like me, and a lot of you people will pull up the skin color in the comments before you even watch this full video. If you don't watch this full video and you see this and you say like, oh, you don't even look native. Yeah. I'm probably more native than a lot of you fuckers in the comments. So have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And like I said, the majority of these videos, these are my opinions. I do not give a fuck if you don't like them. I don't give a shit if you like them. I'm just here to speak my mind. And if we can agree on stuff, and if I can have people on here to talk to more and more, I'm all fucking for it. Have a good day, guys. Peace.